This is Byron Gordon for the SES Conference Channel, and we're at SES New York 2012 with Avinash, our keynote. Avinash, as usual, fantastic presentation, roar of applause. Let's get right to it really quick. It's not about how many likes you get on a Facebook page. It's not about how many followers you get on Twitter. As a marketer, I need to be concerned about economic value. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Exactly. I think that far too often our social efforts are not being supported by the management team, and it's because when they see this graph of likes increasing and plus ones increasing and followers increasing on Twitter, they don't know how that translates into anything of value to the company. So the thing that I emphasize today in introducing the new Google Analytics social analytics reports is to say, look, let us center everything around answering the question, so what? So you did social media, so what? And then try and quantify that in a very clean way. And then from there, you step to saying, where is that so what coming from? So we made X, Y, Z impact on the company's bottom line. Well, it came from these channels. And then go to answering the question, why? Which is, what is it that we did to earn this so what to happen? I think typically what we end up doing is we'll just go to, let's just tweet a bunch of stuff. You're like, who cares, right? So I have said to people that the economic value you will get from social media will be small compared to Google or TV or Bing or all that stuff. That's okay. But grounding your effort in that thing means that when you go back to your management team, you're able to clearly say, this is not just about earning likes. This is the long-term and the short-term value we can bring back. And then they'll give you money, and then they'll incentivize you to do things. Today, they get all excited, say, yeah, I'll give you a bunch of money, go spend your social media. It comes back and says, well, as the likes are going up, the sales of the company are going down. Shut it down, right? And that's the thing that I'm trying to avoid by saying, start with the so what, move to the where, then do the why, and everything will be fine.
You made one example of Equifax. Just briefly, what impressed you about Equifax?
Oh, it's just, I was just in a mood to research my own credit score. And I think that we talk too often about the Amazons of the world, etc. So I wanted to take a completely different business. And a lot of people don't understand the credit score monitoring business. I said, let me just use them as an example of a kind of company that is trying to achieve both online and offline outcomes. And also, they're very smart in terms of, you saw the mobile app example I gave. Yes. Like, I was clever. So they do a bunch of clever things, but they were a good way to say, look, they're trying to drive you to buy the Advantage plan and get the credit score thing done. But then here are the 9 other things they're doing that actually adds long-term value to the business. And I wanted to use that as a way of identifying macro plus micro and the economic value that they create. That's just your springboard for a long-term future success for your company.
Got it. And finally, marketers have to spend, what, 10% of their budget on failing faster? Or is that how you put it?
Exactly. Now, I think that for the very long time, right, it's very cliche to say we have 3 TV channels and we have 5 big newspapers, we have a local report or whatnot, you do these things, and they don't change over time. And one of the crazy things about the internet is that companies and channels and marketing options for us live and die every day. Like literally every day, new opportunities are coming up, old favorites are dying. And in order to survive in that world, I think the only thing you can do is say, I'm going to take 90% of my budget and keep putting it to things that I know are working, but I'm going to take 10% of my budget, and its exclusive purpose is to play in this ever-changing landscape. Learn how to fail faster, to fail forward, right? Is to understand, use that budget to figure out, is Facebook any good? Is Google any good? Should we marry catalog marketing in the offline world with email? Things like that. And I think that if you allocate 10% of your budget to constantly failing, you will understand what the future is going to be like now. And when you start understanding that, you'll make sure that, as I said, that you constantly figure out how to become good to great. But if you keep investing in what used to work in the past, the future will surprise you. And sadly, it means going out of business. It's not great.
That's all we have time for. Avinash, thank you so much.
Thank you, Byron.
And there's always more to come on the SES YouTube conference channel. Stay tuned for more.